What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with another Hasbro Star Wars The Vintage Collection market update. I already did one this week, but I found enough data that I thought it was worth a second video, and a couple of these were really surprising. We've got a Commander Cody that sold for big money. Big money. We'll get to that in a little while. Before I begin any further, let me say thank you to my Patreon supporters. You all allow me to make more and better videos. For those that want to become supporters of the channel, it's patreon.com/actionfiguregrader. Let's dig right into a couple of really awesome items. Here was a Revenge of the Jedi Darth Vader VC08. This was the version that was sold at retail with the Boba Fett prototype armor. It was punched, and it did have just a little bit of edge wear. That one sold for $97 plus $6 shipping, 37 bids. So pretty good price there for the retail release of the Revenge of the Jedi Darth Vader. And then here was another one that sold. This one is the same exact item, except it's unpunched. And probably, you know, I'd say about the same condition. It has a little bit of edge wear, but just in different spots. You can see that on the right side of the card below the warning label. And then at the very top of the card, there's some very light edge wear. Basically, probably like an 85 grade. And that one sold for $100 plus another $21 shipping. So about the same price. You know, you can probably argue this one, despite being punched, is probably a little bit better shape than this one. But they sold for about the same price, thereabouts. Here was a graded Revenge of the Jedi Boba Fett, unpunched. Very nice example. It was an AFA 8.5 on the modern scale. And this was the SDCC version. So very nice archival case. I didn't actually see this one get listed until after it sold. But that sold for $240 and change with free shipping. That's a pretty good price. That's a pretty good price for a nice unpunched Revenge of the Jedi Boba Fett. A few of the Ultimate Galactic Hunt foil cards sold here recently, so we're going to dig into a number of those. This was the VC12 Darth Sidious with the rocket-firing Boba Fett offer, and pretty clean shape overall, just some light edge wear around the hang tab. That one sold for $102 and change, plus $6 shipping, 6 bids. That one closed on April 4th. This one was a beautiful example. This was a VC13 Anakin with the Darth Vader name pill, unpunched as well, which is tough to find. And that one was listed for $250. Best offer accepted. I did look up the best offer accepted. I remembered this time. So that one sold for $187. $187 took that one home. And we've documented a few examples on the channel that have sold for quite a bit more than that for the unpunched Darth Vader Revenge of the Sith Anakin figures. So that's not a bad price at all, in my opinion. Here was a punched example of the General Grievous Vc17, I believe. Yes, Vc17. That one sold for $119 on 33 bids. So that's one that's on my want list. I'd like to pick that one up, unpunched. But very nice example for General Grievous, $120 essentially. Here was a clone Commander Cody, again with the foil Ultimate Galactic Hunt card back. That one sold for $111 on 22 bids. But the big one is this one. Wow. This one was an unpunched clone Commander Cody. It was listed for $600. Best offer accepted. And we documented one a while back that I believe, I'm going on memory now. We'll have to go back and check on my channel after I make this video. But there was an unpunched clone Commander Cody that sold for over $1,000, if I remember right. This one was listed for $600. And this one, the final sales price was $575. $575 for this unpunched clone Commander Cody. It did have a little bit of edge wear on it, but not much. And wow, that's a big price for an unpunched Cody. But you know, that's a tough one to find. Very tough one to find. This is one that surprised me. This is a little higher than I would have expected, but this was a Vc20 Yoda. And, you know, a year ago, so this was probably about an $80 to $100 figure. Well, you can double that now. This was unpunched. It sold for $200. $200 for a VC20 Yoda. Here was an unpunched Kithaba with the Darth Maul offer sticker. This was the US card back, and pretty clean overall. That one sold for $91 at auction with $6 shipping. So 11 bids, and the final price again was $91 plus $6 shipping, so about $100 bucks. Now we're digging into a few that continue to rise in price, and we all know what we're talking about here. This is the Princess Leia slave outfit, VC64. You know, this is approaching Grail territory now. I mean, some of the prices are just really, really high. And this one was fairly clean overall. A little bit of wave to the card, just a slight edge wear on the back, bottom of the card back. A little bit of edge wear on the back there, on the corner. But, you know, probably like an 85 grade. Probably an 85 grade for Princess Leia. That one sold for $300 with free shipping. But there was a graded SDCC version, I believe. This is the SDCC version. And it did not have the paperwork inside the blister from what I can tell. Here it is, and it was graded 9.0 on the modern scale by AFA. Archival case. Beautiful, beautiful example. That one sold for $622. $622 on 35 bids. So a big price, but still not nearly as crazy as some of the ones we've seen. We saw one just like this that sold for, I think, close to double that. I mean, it was a crazy number. But this is still a pretty big number, in my opinion. $622 for the STCC version of VC64. A couple of Bastilla Shans sold. This one was an overpay, in my opinion. This one had a pretty major crease in the upper left-hand corner, and it was punched. And that one sold for $135. $135. And, you know, if you'd been a little more patient, you could have got this one at auction, and this one looked a lot cleaner. No crease in the upper left-hand corner like the other one did. It had a little bit of crinkle down there below the UPC code on the back. But, I mean, this is a much better condition. And the seller did a great job of showing the defects of this one. But that one sold for only $10 more. So, got to really zoom in on those photos because this one had a pretty big crease. And I would wager that whoever bought that did not see that crease and just didn't look closely enough, because this one was in much better condition and sold for only $10 more. Here was a VC98 Grand Moff Tarkin. We've talked about him at length. This one was listed for $175. It was an unpunched example. So very, very nice. Had a little bit of a crease right there in the upper left-hand corner of the card back, which the seller very kindly disclosed. But that still sold for $160. $160 was the final sales price on that one. Here's a nice combination. This was an unpunched VC100 Star Killer, but it also included the Black Series version. So pretty cool to have both of them there. And that one sold for $207.50 at auction. That's a pretty good deal, because we've noted on the channel many times where the VC100 Star Killer has sold for that by itself. So to get the Star Killer unpunched plus the Black Series version for about the same price is a great deal. So congrats whoever got that one. I think that was a pretty good buy. Here was a VC44, is that right? VC44 Luke Skywalker Dagoba landing. I don't know why this one was so late. I should have put, I try to number these, you know, or put them in order of release number, but this one got mixed up somehow. But anyway, this was a nice unpunched example of VC44. This is the dark blue saber variation. There is also the light blue saber variation, which I won't shut up about on my channel. I had a little bit of a scratch, it looked like, above the Star Wars Empire Strikes Back logo. Just one small scratch there, but pretty nice example. Very light edge wear at the bottom of the card. That sold for $150 plus $5 shipping. So $155 took that one home. Here was Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter. We are getting close to the release date for the Disney Plus Obi-Wan miniseries. I cannot wait for that. It looks amazing so far, based on the trailer. But this one was listed for $125, and it sold for $100. Best offer accepted. $100 was the final sales price, free shipping for that one. VC148, the Imperial Assault Tank Commander. Wow, what a crazy one. This one continues to go up in price. And I've seen higher sales prices than this, so this one wasn't terrible, given that it sold at auction. I mean, I've seen it sell for $150. Best, you know, just a buy it now situation. So this one was at auction. Sold for $102.50 plus $5 shipping. So round about $110 took the VC148 Imperial Assault Tank Commander on the Rogue One card bag. That's a beautiful figure. Next up was a graded Mandalorian VC166. This was graded 90 by Collector Archive Services. 85, 90, 95 were the subgrades. That sold for $69 plus $10 shipping. So about 79 bucks took that home. That's a steal. That's a steal of a deal there, whoever got that. And then finally, we've got the HasLab 002 Razor Crest pack-in for the Off-World Jawa, and it looked very clean. This card back looked pretty clean. It had one little tiny kind of semi-spider vein or something going on to the right of the hang tab, and the seller was kind enough to disclose it. But it was listed for $105, and it sold for $95 plus $5 shipping. So $100 took that Off-World Jawa, probably 85 plus condition home. And I think that was a great buy. That's a pretty great buy in my opinion. So congrats to that buyer. That's all I really had. I just found a number of different recent sales over the last couple of days that I wanted to document on the channel. Mainly that clone Commander Cody, if we can find him again. Wow, $600 it was listed for, and it sold for $575. Big number there. And then the Leia sold for $622, the AFA graded example. A couple of big money items that sold that I wanted to make sure that people were aware of in case they were on the lookout for. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back soon.